What's going on, YouTube fams? I haven't shot an RC Real Talk video for a while. I just haven't had it in me to do these videos here on the channel. I've been kind of in a slump of a place as of late with a lot of the stuff going on and some of the stuff that I ran into. I have now realized that I'm gonna have to basically remove myself out of the equation of any kind of RC Facebook community completely in general. I will try to stay on the 304 RC for right now, and be posting stuff on there, or just be like video stuff and that kind of stuff like that. I've realized that my view of things never fit in or line up with today's modern social media Facebook bullshit and how people look at things. Before we dive too far into that, because there's a few things I want to go over in this video, because it is RC Real Talk. It's not going to be a lot of joking around and posting funny stuff. I know maybe some people, I know my buddy Leon Cottrell, you enjoy that. It's more of a somber, so if you don't want to watch that, just turn it off. I just honest with you straight up. Sometimes you have to take shit serious in life. That's life. And where I'm at in a mental state, with the hobby stuff right now, that's where I'm at. I'm not in laughy, jokey, pokey, pokey, have fun. I just been debating on how to go away about doing it. Before we dive too far down and everything too, I want to give some shout outs and stuff, and I want to look at I think the computer might have shut off on me. I want to look at a channel here, a guy that, I've talked to on and off. We're not besties. I don't even know if he watches my channel. I don't care if he watches. Other channels don't do this kind of stuff. I thought it'd be nice to do a spotlight now that I have the laptop here, just this cheap laptop I picked up, what I could afford to spend. Got this, so I could do this here. A channel that blows me away, that doesn't have millions of subscribers. And then we're going to talk about another thing that's more YouTube oriented when it comes to the YouTube community that I've lost. I don't understand. I don't get how some people couldn't enjoy certain aspects of videos on YouTube in general. But this guy's channel, it's Mutter Putter. Hopefully the camera's picking it up here. That's his homepage. Like I said, I don't know if he watches. It doesn't matter if he watches. I just wanted to, he's helped me. I've messaged him in the past. Him and I have conversated on and off. Not a lot. Not like we're buddies and chums and stuff like that and all that, blows my mind that this dude hasn't totally channel, just hasn't exploded into millions. I don't think he needs any help. He's got some videos where he was over at the Illuminati of scale. That's why I don't figure he probably watches here on the channel, because he's hanging with the big dogs anyways. Just blows me away. The content that he does is just like, it's breathtaking. The content that he does on his channel, the videos, the filming, the editing, the music, and this is going to lead us down another path on this video. I don't know how anybody couldn't enjoy And here comes Crawler Cat. I don't know how anybody couldn't enjoy watching this YouTube channel. I know Crawler Cat. It's depressing. I don't understand how some of these channels that you watch, and I feel like they're screaming at the camera half the time, doing these reviews, and they're all just like cookie cutter, the same. And people just seem to gobble that stuff up like a fat kid eating cake. The people that are going out and creating like actual content, yeah. People that are just going out and creating actual content and stuff. When you're trying to get up here, Crawler Cat, you're gonna knock stuff over. The people that I look at that are trying Crawler Cat's over here. I don't know if the camera's picking him up. People. Crawler Cat wants to say hi up here, people. Yay, it's Crawler Kitty. Hey, buddy. This is my buddy, my RC buddy. Hangs around with me all the time. Crawler Cat, say hi. Crawler Cat, say hi. All right. You can lay down here if you want to lay down here. Yeah, I know, bud. I know. All right, bud. Well, I got to get him down. Because if he jumps down, look at this. All this cat's too much weight. All right, so back into... Yes, Crawler Cat, you've been up here enough. You've been up here enough, and this video's going to get long, buddy. I do's what the kitty. Yeah, Crawler Kitty. Oh, buddy, no, you don't need to get back up here. I just put you down. I know, bud, I know. My big old buddy. Yeah, he's my big old buddy. Normally I edit this stuff out. I'll leave this in. I'm the only one here, so he's he's enjoying being down here with old Dungeon, aren't you, bud? Yeah. Come on. All right, so back to it. Crawler Cat. I had to get him some food. Obviously, he's starving, as you can see in the video. But I was talking about Mutter Putter here. Blows me away this dude's channel is not like the quality of the filming that this man does. And it just doesn't make no sense. It doesn't make any sense to me. And I'm not trying to offend any other channels. This is the channel for the spotlight for this video. I'm not trying to piggyback off of anything from Mr. Mutter Putter. I've watched him for a long time, and in amazement of all of his quality of video and filming, and I don't understand how the YouTube world works with some of the stuff that, like I was saying, all like these channels that all seem, like the guys that do the reviews and all that stuff and everything. I get like the information and people are watching that. It blows me away at like the following that stuff gets, and it's just all the same thing. Like, I mean, yelling at the camera, telling you what they think about the product. I don't know. I've never same thing with the Facebook, social media, shit. I've never fit in, because my views on things have never been, it's always been different from everyone else's. Maybe that's why. I don't know. But yeah, anyhow, I just wanted to put him up there. Check him out. He's got some absolutely stunning video footage, guys. I'm not gonna lie, watching his videos and his style of filming, obviously I can't do that. But I've kind of tried to learn from watching his videos, along with several others. When I'm doing some, RC Jono is another one, not dropping names because I'm trying to piggyback off of anybody. His channel I know has gotten pretty big, and he does great, wonderful stuff too. But that I'm not covering that one right now. I know he still watches. He dropped the comment on one of my videos there a little bit ago. I appreciate it. I've kind of taken some, keys of filming, trying to learn from the guys that are obviously better at it than me. That's what I do. A lot of times I won't even, I try not to ask and bother people, because I find it more fun to try to watch. I mean, I'm enjoying watching anyways, and trying to figure out, well, how are these guys doing this, and you learn. That's how it should be. Yeah, you know what I mean. That's how you should be doing it. It's a learning process. It's part of the fun of the hobby for me. Uh, I do enjoy just watching this kind of content and everything. So I just kind of wanted to put that out there anyhow. Mutter Putter, he is our featured channel for this RC Real Talk. Great content, guys. You really should check him out, man. He's got cool builds, different stuff, some crazy off the wall stuff. He's got scale stuff on comp chassis, and I thought I'd see him at like 1 million subscribers by now. But like I said, I've never fit in any kind of, you know what I mean. So my view on things just doesn't match, I think, 90% of how people, especially in the RC community. So it doesn't surprise me that I was wrong. But that's just one channel that I absolutely love to watch. Just to purely enjoy, make a cup of coffee, pull up Mutter Putter when I got time, watch him RC Jono, the emotional RC channel, like his scale. See, I like the scale stuff. That's me. To me, that's the cool stuff. This other stuff, I mean, some of it's okay. Some of it is, it's all fun. It's all fun. Let's be honest. It's all fun. But this other stuff is just kind of like regurgitated. Everybody does it. That's why I don't get why a lot of this, like the quality stuff like Mutter and like RC Jono, and well, he's, like I said, his channel was blown up. But it blows me away because a lot of those other guys are just regurgitating the same things over and over and over and over again. I know a lot of people like these. I've had Woods Unknown, a couple other people tell me they really enjoy like the RC Real Talks, the, fireside chat stuff, and I don't mind doing them. Lately, I've just needed to go out and get on the trails, and I'd prefer to do the trail videos because to me, that's what makes RC. That's the hobby. Guys just, I don't know. I guess it's all part of the hobby. You can comment down below how you feel. Obviously, everybody has a different opinion. I get shit on for having my opinion by most, but yeah, man, like I said, my view's always not been right, I guess. I don't know. It's just odd. That's why I'm always on this cusp of just totally pulling everything down. I've really been close like that for like the last 2 weeks of just pulling everything. No more dungeon, just pulling it off. I know I've got a lot of people that watch. Russ, you were talking to me last night. When you started messaging me, and I was like that close to just pulling the channel off. I had plans of hoping meeting up with some people down there at Beat the Creek this year. Well, again, family for me, which is one of the things that kind of I mentioned on Facebook the other day, and it seemed like it was really offensive to whom I posted it to. Family stuff to me comes first. That's just how I was, it's how I am, it's how I was raised. Work, family work, you know what I mean? Then your hobby. I guess if you don't have no family, that sucks. Some people don't want that. That's cool. But I always got to put family stuff first, and I've got a family event that, unfortunately, I've been planning on going all year. That I have to take care of. That's part of being a man, in my world. You be a man and you take care of your family, above all of anything else. So, no matter what it is, hell or high water. So, that's how I roll. No matter how much I love the hobby, all of it like that would be gone for my family. That's just how I am. Uh, in a way, RC stuff, I was in bad stuff younger years. Between the wife and RC stuff, it kind of brought me out of a bad place, like it did a lot of other people. So, I'm thankful for that. But in the end all to be all, the most important thing, if you're a man, should be, and you have a family, should be your family, not RC trucks. That's just how I am. But that's enough with that. So, anyways, there's some shout outs I want to give before we get into our next little stint of what I want to talk about here. It's going to be a long one, guys. I'm sorry. I know most people probably already quit watching. It is what it is. These are just, people that have been dropping comments. I got Russ. I'm not giving his full name. Leon Cottrell. He's my homie. Mr. Snyder. Mr. Chris. Thank you. They're my homies. They always watch. They go out with me too here. RC Inspa, hopefully I got that right. I'm getting a lot of people from, I noticed, other regions watching. I really appreciate that, man. I know you probably don't understand what's going on. Maybe you do. Maybe there's stuff I don't know what YouTube does, across the ways of different countries for, our language barriers. Top Quality Fi, Walter Son RC, Derek Hayes 3627, Seltzer Vontes 7126. I hope I said that right. Kevin Breaker, you're my homie. Ryan and 4786, Sliding Sideways. I didn't know you watched. Much appreciated. He commented in one of my videos. He's got a YouTube channel too. I didn't know he watched here. That's why I don't know people that watch, because people don't drop comments. That's another thing. I don't go in, and I don't have the time to go in, and our featured channel popped off. I don't have time to go in and comment stuff, and try to figure out who's watching. I don't have time to fiddle around with that stuff because I'm just too busy in life. My work and everything else, and family stuff, and helping take care of just, everything is just, I don't have time to mess with that stuff. I just don't. So with people don't comment, I don't know that you're watching. That's another thing. I don't understand the whole watching and just dropping a comment that says even hi or something. I don't know. Devin8419, he thanked me for turning him on to Ally Express. We're going to move back to that comment here in a second. Brian Morrison, you asked me if I was going to be at Beat the Creek. No, man, like I said, I'm sorry. I wanted to. I had people that I was going to be getting together with there. I was planning on coming down for one day because, I can't afford to come down there and pay to stay and run at the whole event. But I was planning on coming down and just running one day. But, unfortunately, life events, like I said, family stuff is the end all to be all for me. So, I've got to make a trip with my daughter. That's important this weekend. If something would happen and that would fall through, Saturday I might end up there. Or I'm not sure. But other than that, I've got stuff ready. I've got a truck. I got 2 trucks. I've got batteries. I've got a charger. I've got some stuff packed up. That way, if something would fall through, I can go. But that's where I'm at with that. You know, I had plans. I started getting stuff prepared. Life punches you in the balls. Channels. Stay Small RC. You've been dropping some comments. Scorpion Man 67. He's got some cool stuff on his YouTube. Scale City RC, WV Redneck, and RC Jono, and WV Redneck is West Virginia. Rednecks Are Us here on YouTube, and I do that podcast sometimes with him. I've not been in the best place to be doing podcasts. I wanted to do the one with God. I hate to even mention his name because people name dropping. But he did Exo Caged a while back. I wanted to do. I just mentally wasn't in the right place to do it. But yeah, we covered that already. RC Jono was another, channel. And if I missed you guys, big shout out to, I think it's DRZ. I don't think he drops many comments here on the channel. He's got a good YouTube channel. I watch him too. I'm the kind of person that I don't give a shit if people watch it or not. If I watch their content and I enjoy it, I like it. I'm going to mention them. That's just how I am. Next thing I want to cover, I was one of the commenters about the Ally Express thanking me. And I think you might have thanked me too soon, brother, because, man, and I know everybody's losing their mind. I'm going to close this up now because we've already covered all that. The whole tariff situation and all that stuff. Reaming the little guy. A lot of companies aren't shipping over here. I had stuff in my cart. If I can find the screenshots, I'll add it here. They won't even ship to the U.S. now because of this bullshit. And I know there's going to be assholes commenting in, "Buy American, America, America." Well, dumbass, most of this shit isn't made in America. And I'm just as gung-ho. I like, I love the country, sometimes as much as the next person, but we're getting raw dogged with no lube right now. Whether you agree or disagree, I don't give a shit. You can kiss both sides of my ass and the hole on Sunday. That's just how I roll. I don't care. I don't care whether you're buying from RPP or you're buying from A-Main. All the people's shit all comes from the same place. It's already been said a million times. Jerry's Old Guy Review covered it. Y'all are idiots if you think you're buying anything from the U.S. that's 100% made here. Unless you're buying something that's like 3D printed or off an individual, or there's like a few comp style, guys that do, not a few, but there's guys that do like comp. You're never going to buy a complete RTR, RC crawler from here in the United States. Don't be a moron. I'm sorry if that offends you. I'm just trying to get it through people's thick skulls. They don't get it at all. And then our next subject, if you literally sit down and you honestly research and you look at the reason why a lot of the manufacturing went over to China, because it was more affordable. More affordable. Is it right? Hell no, it ain't right. But lower wages, United States. How lazy people are now. You think you got people working at McDonald's, man, wanting $30, $40 an hour. Do you think they're going to go work in an RC manufacturing facility making RC parts and not get paid $30, $40 an hour in the United States? Do you even think? Take a second and try to hammer that in between the meat, between your two holes where shit's blowing through. Think about it. You know what that is going to do to the cost of everything? And I know people do, I make all kinds of money. Well, I'm glad you're fucking rich. The rest of us aren't rich. Stop thinking about your bloody self and start thinking about the hobby as a whole and be a human being. I'm not trying to be an asshole here. I'm just trying to get people to understand shit. Because all these people think about is their self. I'll be okay because I make good money. Well, fuck. Great. Are you going to be the only motherfucker buying anything? Stupid. People are stupid. I don't get it. Sorry, I went into a rant there. It's pathetic how people think. Think about the price of that, okay? You've got a $600, $500, whatever. Let's not even use. I don't even want to use TRX for it. The beloved Axio SCX 10.3. Everybody loves. You got a 10.3, Taiwan, China, all that good shit. You got all those people over there making very low wages, cranking out these parts, manufacturing. You want to move all that stuff over here, every bit of it, to the United States. First of all, good effing luck getting people willing to even work to do it. Because most of the American public, I'm sorry, you're going to take offense to some lazy motherfuckers. I'm sorry, you'll probably be lucky to get enough American workers to get all this shit made in the U.S. Because this ain't 1942 anymore. All right? Use some common sense about yourselves. This ain't 1940s, 50s. I don't know where it went wrong. I wasn't around back then. This ain't your granddad's country. People are lazy. They want to all be doing this shit. Social influencers. Sitting in front of phones. Making videos. Doing dumbass TikTok shit. It's stupid. It's pathetic. I'm not saying you're not doing something. I'm just saying you ain't working. I work. Motherfuckers, I work. Half of y'all wouldn't even hold a candle half my ass if the other half was helping you at my job. Because, I mean, you're talking to a motherfucker that runs like 8-9 miles a day sometimes, man. Okay? Imagine working in a hot factory, putting this shit together. Y'all ain't going to make it, and you're going to want big money to do it. So take that product, that $500, $400 base camp, whatever it is, $399, $400, whatever. That truck is now going to be $1,000. Don't tell me you didn't. I'm not stupid. I can sit and do math. You sit and figure out you got somebody making $2 or $3 an hour in a factory over there, and now you're going to pay somebody $30-some, $40 an hour here in the U.S. What do you think is going to happen to the price of that? What do you think is going to happen to the price of that? They ain't going to eat it. You ain't getting that truck for $300 or $400 here now. Price increase, dog. It's going to go up. That $400 truck just become $1,000 for a damn 110 scale crawler that's built cheap anyways. It's going to be the same materials. It ain't going to be better quality just because it's made here in the U.S. It's going to be the same damn plastic. It's going to be the same shit. They ain't going to change all that stuff just because it's made here in the U.S. It's pathetic. It blows my mind. All these people. Don't buy Chinese. Don't buy Chinese. We're all fucking people, man. We're all human. We all bleed red. Who fucking cares where it comes from? Let's be real here. Who cares? Who gives a shit? I don't understand this shit. It blows me away. I don't get it. You're pathetic people. I don't care if I come from Alibaba or AliExpress or whatever the other damn, Jeff Bezos. If I buy Amazon, you're just making Jeff Bezos richer. What's it matter? Whether you're giving it to the damn Chinese sweatshop kids or you're giving it to Jeff Bezos that's rich anyways, man. Y'all are pathetic. It's stupid to be fighting and arguing over all that shit, man. For real. I'm not trying to be an asshole here, but come on, man. Sit down and think about the big picture. Not just the simplicity of one little thing. It's unfathomable to me. It doesn't make any sense why people can't figure this shit out. I don't get it. I know this might kill my channel. I don't know. I don't give a shit anymore. I want people to wake up and see, man. Think about everything. I just don't see where it matters where the hell it comes from. I see so many guys screaming, Vanquished! My Vanquish optic box says fucking Taiwan on it, man. Y'all are stupid. I don't give a shit. All that Vanquish stuff ain't made in the U.S., dog. It's not. Look it up. Research it. You're being ignorant. You're just being ignorant, people. Metal stuff, I think like they're aluminum and stuff. Look at the price of their wheels, dog. Look at the price of a Vanquish set of wheels. It's pathetic. $200 or $300 for a set of 1.9 aluminum wheels. It's ignorant. Just because it's made in here, I don't care. It's stupid. I'm not paying that. I can buy a set of wheels for my Jeep used for $400 or $500. I'll just pay the extra money. Buy a set of real fucking wheels, man. Beadlocks. It's pathetic. I don't care if it's made here. It's stupid. It just doesn't make no sense to me. The offset of everything. So you imagine you're getting them Chinese wheels $30, $40, and I don't give a shit what you can fight me. I don't give a shit. You can meet me out in the parking lot. I'll fight you all fucking day. Don't matter. Them Chinese Vanquish wheels, they're just as nice as the fucking Vanquish wheels I got laying up here, man. I can't even tell fucking difference in them. Hardware might be a little different. And cry about the hardware. Get fucking hardware. Stop being a bitch. It's stupid. It's pathetic. This hobby, man, we all fight with each other and it's stupid. It doesn't make no sense to me. We're all it's the same way at the car community. When I was in the car community, you had like the tuner guys and you had the dudes that were into the muscle cars. And like nobody got along, man. They all acted like a bunch of little scared bitches running around, fighting and arguing. Yeah. That's why I left the car community. I'm like, dude, gotten so many fights in parking lots over dudes just being stupid. You're being stupid. We're literally all in the same RC hobby culture. And I know none of these other YouTubers that do RC channels, they won't break shit down because they're a bunch of pussies. You know what I mean? Because they're afraid that they're going to lose their, sponsors and all this shit. I'm glad that I don't have sponsors and I can do real shit and be real with everybody. Thank the good Lord above that I don't have to worry about losing any kind of sponsors for just being an honest person. Because I know even another YouTuber, he sometimes gets fired up, but I will give it to you raw because that's how I am in real life. You come up to me, in real life, this is how I am. And if you want to fight about something, God will throw hands because that's how I am in real life. I don't play around. I don't fuck around with people. If somebody has an issue, we take care of it like a man would take care of it, and that's how the world would be a better place if it was more that way. But it just blows me away at the pathetic attitudes that you see of people on these RC groups, especially on Facebook. It is pathetic how people treat one another. It's disgusting. It blows me away. There's a guy I talked to, I'm not really saying I'm friends with him. They had the Battle of the Builds on RC 4-wheel drive. I don't mess with any of that stuff anymore because I don't have the funds just to sit down and build a truck specifically for something like that. And I don't even follow RC 4-wheel drive since they took a dump all over me anyways and kind of made my channel was being a joke. Maybe to most people. That's fine. You have your opinion. But don't even partake in the bigger a group associated with RC 4-wheel drive just because of the fuckery, the dumb fuckery that goes on in there. It's really pathetic's not even a good enough word for it. Stupid's not a good word. Stupidity's not a good word for it. Ignorance isn't a good enough word for it. Unfathomable and infinite dumbassery. I don't know how to put it. But they had the Battle of the Builds on there. Holy shit. The comments. Because people weren't happy with the outcome. What did you expect? What did you expect was going to happen when you have the buddy system coming into play where they've got names attached to them builders of the rigs? First off, there shouldn't be a fucking name attached to the builder of the rig. Nobody should know who built that truck. That truck should not be posted in any of the groups across the board anywhere, no matter what group it is, because you're never, ever, ever, ever going to wean out that buddy system. Because those dudes go in that group and they say, hey, vote for me. They start that campaigning bullshit. First off, you shouldn't be allowed to do that stuff. If you thought that there was going to be a fair shake across the board, because those guys, I don't give a shit if you agree or disagree, but it's 100% the truth, and you know damn well I'm telling the truth. People are going to go in there that are buddies, and they're going to vote one way or the other, regardless, because they're friends with somebody. That's just how life works. And I see that. I'm in a ton of groups, man, and I see all that stuff, them guys going in there, vote for me, vote for me, vote for me. No. I have never, ever done that ever in my entire life. I go in there and I look at that stuff and I vote for what I think is the nicest build. But most people are not honest to do that stuff. Most people go in there and I see all these guys. They really thought that was going to be an honest contest. It blows me away. And then all the bitching and crying and whining on that group. Holy shit. Takes it to another level. Wow. Just blows me away, man. I can't believe guys actually thought that was going to be a legit fair square across the board, man. I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. I'll never understand it. You know, I've been trying to stay away from pulling up like group stuff and everything, but man, that was a bunch of bitch shit in that group on there. I'd be ashamed to go on there myself to do that stuff. I don't know. It blows me away that people actually thought that was going to be a fair shake across the board for a voting system. When you all know well that it's going to be a buddy system. That's just how all that shit works. Especially if you've got these big named YouTubers on there with tons and tons of following. Who do you think they're going to get votes for? I'm surprised that one didn't make it further. No offense to that guy. I'm just saying. I think it's fine if team-sponsored guys want to build trucks and put in there. I don't think that the name should be attached so nobody knows. That's just how I feel. And I think if they did that, they would have eliminated half the problem. I personally can't see the difference. You know, it's going to be hard to put trucks in year after year, the same truck, if you did something like that, because those trucks are going to show up in these groups one way or the other. I don't know. There's just either that or you just take certain judges that you've got picked. I don't know how they can do it. I just do not trust it. I would never trust the voting system, you know, for anything like that with the buddy shit that goes on in these groups. Because these guys go in those groups and they beg and hey man, vote for me, vote for me, vote for me, vote for me. It's bullshit. Shouldn't be able to do that. I'm sorry, that's my opinion. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I don't care whether you agree with it. That's just how I am. So I just wanted to put that out there too. Like I said, this is RC Real Talk. I'm putting it out there. Just the stupid shit that I've seen on Facebook lately. Man, everybody's got their panties jammed up in their ass here lately. My God. Reading stuff. I'm not going to be on Facebook, like I said, much anymore. I'll be doing little video reels on 304RC on and off, just for me and my friends, you know, my friends and I. I won't be posting much around, you know, on Facebook, just because of the few issues I've ran into. With one was a guy that has a YouTube channel, and I just made a simple comment that I didn't understand the posting that he made. Man, that blowed out of proportion way fast. I don't know why everybody's so antsy about shit right now. I know everything's stressful. I try to stay cordial with everybody. You know, I've realized that you can't make comments on these groups with, you know, no matter what it is, you're constantly going to have that. It's you know, that's why I'm the kind of guy I'd rather just go out in the parking lot and beat it out of each other and have it over with. It's just how I am. Instead of wasting time with all this social media bullshit and fucking shit and all this, it's just stupid. So I can't, you know, I've had so many issues. There's a bigger YouTube channel on here that I used to, wasn't trying to get famous, wasn't trying to. Her channel was smaller at the time. She's gotten bigger mainly for one reason, but I shared some of her stuff on my Facebook page just because it was cool, and sometimes we'd talk back and forth. Man, she took huge offense to it. Never understood that. Had her name attached to it, not mine. You could go right back to where it come from. Holy shit. Boom, blowed out of proportion. Like I'm trying to steal proprietary content shit or something. I'm like, motherfucker, it goes back to you anyways. I'm not making shit off of it. I don't understand these people. Everybody wants to create content for money. Paid. That's all they give a shit about. They don't care about the hobby. They just want to make a job out of it. Man, I would never want to make a job out of my hobby. It would kill the hobby. That's the reason why I have a fucking job. I never understood that. I don't get it. Like I said, I've never fit in. I probably never will fit in. To the people that are still watching here, if you're still watching the channel after this, I'm not apologizing because this is how I am. And I think the hobby's in a sad state, especially in the social media wise right now. Would put me off. I know they've canceled all these events like Horizon Fest, Actual Fest, all that stuff. I've never needed an event to go out and just enjoy my stuff. I've never needed to go out with anything, anybody, anyone, anywhere. I love, and I don't understand because I always thought it was like just grabbing an RC truck, especially a crawler, because that's what they're meant to do, and grabbing you 2 or 3 lipos, putting them in a backpack, throwing you some water, some snacks in the backpack, before I started filming, and then just go out and hike 2 or 3 miles or more. Even being fat, I can still do it. Going out, hike 2 or 3 miles, run through some lipos. It was kind of like peaceful and relaxing. I thought that was a lot of it for a lot of people. But I guess maybe that's on me. Misunderstanding. A lot of people, I guess, like the camaraderie of just, never been a people person. I can conform because that's how I feel. You have to conform to other people's way, because if not, you just end up in a shitstorm of unhappiness with everybody. And I've never been one to, conform my ways to fit in with other people. That's just not how I am. I don't think that's how you should go through life. It's hard for me if I have I voice my difference of opinion. It gets me in a lot of shit, but I'm not holding it back. That's how I am in life. But yeah, I've just always kind of just grabbing an RC truck. I thought the hobby was for, man, I guess I'm wrong. I went to events. I went to big events, man. Used to go to a place in Ohio, huge event. Comps, races, monster truck races, scale monster truck races. We raced 5th scale. We did short course 5th scale with the Losi 5Ts, ball haul 5Bs, carpet trucks, touring cars, drift cars. They had the whole thing. It was a great big dome. It was everything. Outside racing. Went there once a year, every year for like 4 or 5 years. It was a fun event. They had a flea market we'd set up to sell stuff. I think it was around Lebanon, Ohio. But I didn't need it to enjoy going out and running anything back in the time. I was more into bashing, 5th scale stuff, gassers. Back then, I had the crawlers too. I've never left crawling completely. But I didn't need that to enjoy it. I just wanted, I didn't understand, when that argument ensued with another. Like I said, he has a YouTube channel, and all I did was make a comment on it, and because I just misunderstood. I apologize, man, but I still never understand having, you know what I mean? I'm not an event guy, though, so I'll never understand. I like the peace and tranquility, honestly, of just going out sometimes by yourself. I love going out with my buddies out here. Don't get me wrong. We go out and have a hella good time. But sometimes it's just fun to take the truck, go out in the woods. Literally, I'm in West Virginia. As long as it's not posted property, it's over in abundance here. If you're in that, crawling world, it's never ending places here. You can go and go and go and go and go for ever and ever in areas here. Creeks, it's everywhere. I'm working on getting my Jeep going and getting it legal now so I can get me and my buddies and we can go out to harder to get to locations where you need four-wheel drive access to get to play, to make videos and such. But yeah, I don't know. I've never needed anything. Same way it's like when I was into motorcycles and stuff. I never understood the whole I've got to have a motorcycle club or a motorcycle group or all this bullshit to go out and enjoy riding my motorcycle. There was nothing like just jumping on the bike, getting on the bike and going out and riding. I loved going into Ohio because I could pull my helmet off on a nice hot day, put the sunglasses on. I know it wasn't safe. I didn't care and just go out and ride, hat turned backwards, let it rip. I never understood that either, where you had to have a big group of people to go out and enjoy yourself. That's just not me, though. I don't feel that way because I'm not a people person. I'm not saying I don't enjoy going out. I hate being in a huge group of people. It's not for me. I'm not a big groupie guy. Never have, never will be, because I have trouble fitting in anyways, and I'm uncomfortable. I don't know. It just that's just how I look at the hobby. There's nothing like just snagging a truck, like I said, and taking some batteries and going out, hitting the trails with it and exploring. I found some pretty cool shit doing that the other day for me and my buddies to go out. Just going out and exploring with the RCs, man. I was recording and just walked up on it by accident in that Michigan video. I was like, dang, that's pretty awesome. I didn't think that would be there like that, and it was only like a mile and a half from my house, so that's what I love about the crawler side of the hobby. I had a guy comment one time he never understand crawlers. I don't know. Boring going slow over things. Well, you don't have to go slow over. You can be a jackass and go wide open. But I think that's it, guys. I want to conclude it. It's going to be a long one. I'm not going to post up for a while after this. You'll be seeing probably some trailing stuff coming from the channel. I'm getting ready to start working on the HGP 407 truck for anybody that made it this far and still interested in the HGP 407. I'm going to start diving back into that, and I'm working on the HB Bronco R1001, I think is it. I'm getting ready to, parts are coming for it. I'm going to go out and start making some videos with it. So I'll get this posted up. I don't know. It's like Wednesday, maybe Thursday. I don't know. I got to edit and all that stuff. So anyhow, from the RC Dungeon, listen, I appreciate all you guys if you're still watching this shit show of a channel. And it really does mean a lot to me. It's okay to have a difference of opinion and comment down on the bottom. At least I know somebody, you're watching. So for all you guys that are still watching here, I'm going to still keep doing the channel. If I lose subs over this for just being honest and truthful, that's sad. But thank you all for watching. Thanks for hanging with RC Dungeon. This has been RC Real Talk. Peace out.